Hey friends, today we want to talk to you about the Thieves laundry soap. So exciting when this came out a couple years ago. If you do not know, this was something like me that I didn't know when I started looking into this. The laundry room actually may be the most toxic room in your home. That's kind of scary, right? Especially the brands that are like free and clear or natural. I assure you, they are not that. Probably one of the very first things that I researched when I started using Young Living was the laundry soap. I was using a free and clear. And holy cow, when I was taught to look into what the ingredients were when you dug in, it is not good. Do you know that by simply wearing your clothes washed in these conventional laundry soaps that you would buy at the store, the chemicals on like our clothes are going to seep into your skin all day? Once I learned that, it was very eye-opening. So like when you think about your skin is your largest organ, and when you go and put on what you think are these clean clothes, you want to make sure that they're actually clean by using a Thieves detergent. So like a plant-based formula, when it is a plant, not a chemical, it is going to wash your clothes and clean them without any of that synthetic residue. It also has natural enzymes and the oils to leave your clothes fresh and clean with a light citrus scent. So like I'm telling you the high levels, I'm going to dig into it a little bit, but like this little bottle is going to last you forever. It is highly concentrated. 6 times, it is going to give you about 64 loads with just these 32 ounces. So don't let the bottle size scare you. It is going to last a long time. So one thing that I tell people is like, I want to plead with people. If you are still doing laundry with those traditional toxic detergents, you want to stop. One thing that you can do, prove to yourself, stop it for even just a month and use our Thieves laundry soap. And then if you went back after a month and try to do another load, you're going to breathe and you're going to smell that. This happened to us when we were doing it. I think we ran out because I didn't have it and I was just starting out, and we used our old free and clear formula, and my daughter broke out in a rash all over. So the thing that like you don't realize is your body just kind of keeps accumulating and it like adjusts to these toxic things. But once you switch it out, it really makes a difference. So I mean, I don't know if any of you have someone at home with like maybe eczema or respiratory issues, cancer, sensory processing disorders, autoimmune disease. Maybe you have all of those. Your traditional laundry soap needs to go. It's literally like 24/7 exposed through your respiratory system and skin because you're wearing these clothes all day. Do you know that fragrance in general, manufacturers will actually combine a number of chemicals and they produce what is a fragrance. So like one thing that you can do is like maybe you don't want to do the research, but go look at your laundry soap or your hand soap or dish soap or any of that for the matter and see if you see the word fragrance on there. Fragrance is in there. It's a loophole, meaning that there's up to 300 chemicals on that. So like we're talking like secondhand smoke bad. Your clothes aren't really clean. They're just covered up with this like funky amount of chemicals. Do you know that the average, this is stuff like for me, I'm telling you this because when I finally learned this, it made sense to me why I need to switch this stuff out. Like the average family in the United States washes about 80 pounds of laundry each week. They use about a half a cup of detergent per load. And like an average of 4 cups of detergent per home is actually going to end up in the waterways also. So each laundry piece that you're pulling out of the washing machine has toxic residues, and that is going to linger in your fabric and rub onto your clothes or your skin all day long. So here's something that I want to explain to you. It's really different. Like, so in my age, I'm going to say like my grandparents' generation, laundry was very different. Prior to World War I, people around the world actually used pure soap, and that was free of any synthetic ingredients in their laundry. They didn't even know about that stuff. So in 1916, this was driven by the war-related shortage of fats and oils. Germany actually developed the first synthetic detergent that was being used for the laundry and dishwashing. In the United States, efforts to create these detergents for household use by companies like Procter & Gamble really started around the 1930s. So for me, it's like just a little bit before my parents were born. So detergents actually did not start to displace soap in the US until the end of World War II, when, like Germany in World War I, the fats and the oils used in the soap making were in really short supply. So guess what they do? Synthetics. By the 1950s, detergents were almost completely replaced by soap as the first choice in America for doing laundry. So like our grandparents really didn't have all this toxic stuff. Our parents did, and then our generation, that's really all that it was. So detergents available today are actually loaded with these harmful petrochemicals, and they are undermining our health. One thing to think about, reading labels does not have to be complicated. If you go to the store or you go in this is what I did. I went in my cabinet and looked. Do you see warning signs on there? Do you see the word caution? Do you see the word danger on your box or bottle? Those are a dead giveaway that you are using dangerous chemicals on your product. And you don't have to read any further. You can look out for keep out of reach of children, eye or skin or lung irritant, even all those things that are like free and clear. You guys, it is still on there. You may see the brightening agents, stabilizers, fragrance on there. Those are your warning signs. So what can you do? You can replace it with our Thieves laundry soap. The key on here is to know that you only need such a little amount. It is going to last forever. It is super cost effective, and it is much better for our washing machines. Even the HE machines need teeny amounts of the laundry detergent in there. It naturally is going to wash your clothes. It's going to really leave them clean. You do it when you first switch over, you may need to do it a few times because your clothes are all coated with these synthetics if you were not using the Thieves laundry soap before. Plant-based, it doesn't have any of the sodium lauryl sulfate or dyes or formaldehyde or any of those synthetics in there. It can be safely poured right onto your clothes. Many detergents, if you don't know this, use these optimal whiteners to make their clothes appear whiter. It doesn't mean that your clothes are clean. It has nothing to do with cleaning clothes. It just appears like that, which is kind of gross. We don't have to do that with ours. We use the power of Thieves, jade lemon, and bergamot essential oils. On the cap, I don't have it with me right now, but there's a little cap on top. You're going to use a half a cap for conventional washers and a quarter cap if you have high efficiency washers. Now, the thing when I started, I think it was really weird. It's like really this little teeny amount. I mean, we are used to pouring scoopfuls of stuff. Well, you know that those scoops are a lot of like glass and bones and like really gross stuff. That's what you're pouring in. You don't necessarily need more. We're using this little amount. Now, one tip that I like to do is I like to add in the washing machine. I like to add some purification to it. Maybe orange or citrus fresh or lemon myrtle or geranium. Those are popular oils to add. I have a lot of friends that are like, they totally just love the smell of the Thieves dish soap itself. I have people that have poured oils into the bottle, and you can do it that way too. Some people really feel the need for these additional little steps, like you need a whitener. It's really important to have a whitener. So what you can do is you can, in your cap of your laundry soap, if you need a whitener, you could put 5 drops of lemon, a tablespoon of hydrogen peroxide, and a cup of baking soda, and then just put it right into your washing machine. You can do that. You can have a DIY stain stick if you want to do that. So it's like if you need a stain stick when you're washing your clothes, like you can use a little 10 ml bottle, and you could put a half a teaspoon of hydrogen peroxide, a teaspoon of household cleaner, half a teaspoon of like the dish soap or laundry soap also, and then 2 to 3 drops of lemon oil, and shake that well to add to your stains. Some people like a boost. My teenage daughter really likes to have a boost that she's going to add in there. And for people, if you really like your scoop, because it really feels like you need to have that, you can do equal parts of Epsom salt and then baking soda, and then put whatever oils you want. And like we do, we probably take half a cup or a cup, and then we just put that in the wash because it's going to give a little smell to that. So that is something that we do. I personally do not dilute my laundry soap. It is so little, I don't feel I need to do it, but I know there are people that really feel like money is so extremely tight. So what you could do, I'm just going to add this in if that is you and that will be helpful to your budget. you could put it into 2 or 3 like 32-ounce pump bottles, and you could add like 2 capfuls of your household cleaner. And then like some people add like 50 drops of your purification or lavender or whatever you want. And then you're going to pour your laundry soap in there, and then you can fill the rest with water. So that will make it about $7.80 per bottle. It gives you 60 for loads. I mean, you can't beat that price. Our stuff is pretty good. I find in general, I'm a money person. I feel like maybe approximately it's 17 to 19 cents more per load. But if I am not getting any toxic chemicals on me comparatively to my free and clear, I do not have a problem with 17 to 19 cents per my load to not feel like I have stuff going through my skin on the clothes that I'm wearing. So I love our laundry soap. I think it's great. I don't think the water, whether it's well water or city water, doesn't matter to me. So like, how do you girls, anything you want to add to that?
That was pretty complete, Kara, I would say. I've done it both ways where I remember when this first came out, I literally was at the point that I was going to start making my own laundry soap. I had explored other kind of natural type laundry detergents, and I just wasn't finding anything that was working for me. The one thing I do want to point out, and it makes me angry, honestly, is nowadays, because people are looking for things that are more clean, there's this thing called greenwashing that's going on, where they're labeling things as if they've cleaned things up, and they're not. So you can go down the aisle now and see things that say, well, even the free and clear that she talked about, but like things that say with lavender oil or lavender and eucalyptus oil or something. You'll see this in all kinds of products now. Like, not only are they lying to you because it's not pure essential oils, they're just putting synthetic scents in there that match that. And even if they put a tiny bit of a real essential oil, they are doing it along with more synthetics to make it more fragrant for you, right? But it's all synthetic. And this is the thing that I would say, Kara kind of gave you the background of how this kind of happened in our culture, how we got to this point. Well, you guys, they didn't just stop in 1950. Nowadays, they are putting so many more synthetics because it's like, well, let's make it smell like lavender, and let's make it do this, and let's say that we're brightening. And so let's put these 5 more toxic things in it to make it brightening, not cleaning better, not doing better. And so even from the 1950s to today, it's way more toxic, and I cringe when I think about people washing their little tiny newborn baby pajamas in that crud, and they're putting it on these beautiful little newborn babies, and all of that toxic stuff is going into their little tiny systems. You guys, this is what's causing infertility now. This is what's causing all kinds of respiratory issues in our kids. This is what's causing all of these, the eczema and all of this stuff. You guys, we are toxifying our children from day one because we're using these things that we think is okay. Quit thinking it's okay. If nothing else, please change out your laundry detergent. And along with that, throw away the dryer sheets and get the wool dryer balls for your dryer, because those sheets are super toxic. So get rid of those.
I want to give you guys like a tip to show you how fantastic this concentrated bottle of laundry soap is. When you open a brand new bottle, write the date on the top of the cap or on the bottom, but usually the top is the one that I don't wear it off, and see how many months you can go. And remember, it's super, super concentrated. So even the amount that they sometimes tell you on there, you can use less than that unless you have a very, very heavily soiled load. You don't need a ton of soap. We can go so long with just one bottle of this laundry soap, and it saves us so much money. And it's shipped to my house, so I don't have to go to the store and then carry this huge bucket and put it in the cart and then lift it multiple times to get it in. It comes straight to my door, and then it's nice and tiny and compact. And I absolutely love how long it lasts.